We're headed into week 8 of the college football season, and we've got 10 midweek games that we got to discuss. Welcome in, Winning Cures Everything. It's the College Football Podcast. I'm your host, Gary Seegers, at GaryWCE on all the different socials, most active on X, obviously. There are 10 games in the middle of the week this week, starting on Tuesday, going all the way through Friday night. Rather than trying to split it up and only hit a few of them, why not just discuss all of them? I'll do quick hits, show you the stats. We'll go through it. Let's go ahead and start with game number 1. Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central Time, God's time zone, on CBS Sports Network. New Mexico State heads to Liberty. Liberty, a 10.5-point home favorite. Total sits at 46.5 on this. I've got a stats projected total of 35 on this one. Power rating, I've got Liberty by 7. Stats projected spread, I've got Liberty by 6.46. Based on the last 4 weeks of stats, I've got Liberty by 0.14 points. Now, you would think, oh, well, maybe something's weird. Maybe Liberty's been playing a tougher schedule, etc. Current strength of schedule, Liberty 115, New Mexico State number 134. Both of these teams, pretty good defenses. Liberty is number 51 in PPA allowed per drive. New Mexico State, number 43. The New Mexico State offense is awful, number 125 in PPA per drive, number 132 in offensive success rate. Liberty, a little bit better, number 101 in offensive success, number 102 in offensive PPA, that's predicted points added per drive. You look at this, and you're trying to figure this out. Well, here's the thing. Liberty has got some guys back. They're healthier than they have been. So some of these numbers are not really going to matter at all. I would tell you, and by the way, you can get these stat sheets at bettingcfb.com, also known as buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. They will already be posted by the time you see this for every game on the slate. So, just so you know. But yeah, looking at this, 10.5 still feels like a lot, but traveling middle of the week, Tuesday night game, New Mexico State is not that good. You look at on-3 overall talent rank, and you've got New Mexico State at number 120, Liberty number 76. Liberty's special teams efficiency is awful, number 120 in the country. New Mexico State is number 37. It's tough to navigate that. I'm not actually going to bet it, but if you want to know which way I would lean, I would go New Mexico State with this because I think the defense is still pretty good. However, Liberty getting all these guys back healthy, getting the quarterback back healthy. Ethan Vasco was really good last week. I think I would roll New Mexico State. So give me the Aggies plus 10.5. I think it's just a little bit too much points. Also on Tuesday night, we stay in the Sun Belt, or we move to the Sun Belt. Arkansas State takes on South Alabama. And this one's in Mobile. Currently, this one's 6:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN2. South Alabama, a 6.5-point home favorite, total of 60.5 on this one. I've got South Alabama favored by 1.48 points. My power rating has them by 3.2, and based on the last 4 weeks of stats, South Alabama by 2.45. Arkansas State is not good. Number 129 in PPA margin. South Alabama a little bit better at 103. PPA, of course, predicted points added. And this is another weird midweek. Arkansas State better on special teams, better in turnover margin. They are equal in penalties per game. Better as far as opponent penalties per game, so that is something to pay attention to. Number 28 there for Arkansas State, but South Alabama's pretty good at that too. Number 39 in that, not to mention the fact that South Alabama is at home and it is the middle of the week. South Alabama 1-5 straight up, 2-4 against the spread on the season. Arkansas State 2-4 straight up, 3-3 against the spread. Talent-wise, there is an edge for South Alabama, number 82 in overall talent rank. Arkansas State's number 98. Arkansas State has a fun quarterback. Bishop Davenport is the quarterback for South Alabama. Things not going well for the Jaguars right now. My numbers all predict this to be closer. But again, the fact that it's a home game in the middle of the week, those have been really good for the home teams as of late. Still, Probably think it's too many points. Arkansas State finds a way to stay in some of these games, regardless of how terrible their defense is. Number 127 PPA allowed per drive. And South Alabama's defense is bad, but the issue is that Arkansas State's offense is not very good. Number 107 in offensive success rate. South Alabama, number 80, and they're at least pretty good running the football. Number 41 in PPA per rush on offense. Number 12 in rush rate, so they run the ball over 60% of the time. Arkansas State's defense, number 122 in rushing success allowed. Number 133 in yards allowed per rush. On the other side, Arkansas State still not really good at anything. They're pretty good at explosive pass plays, number 33 in that regard, but they are number 46. South Alabama's defense is at stopping explosive pass plays. So, teams don't really throw the ball a bunch on South Alabama because they are awful at stopping the run. The issue is Arkansas State is really bad at running the ball as well. I think, based on strength of schedule, based on how tight these two teams are, I think Arkansas State will find a way to keep this thing relatively close. It's got a total of 60.5. My projected total is way lower. Now, don't take my projected totals as any kind of fact or Bible or whatever, right? These are just based on averages, based on everything else. But I'm not expecting a ton of points between these two. So 44.6 is my projected total. I think this is going to be a very back and forth, probably highly volatile game. And with that, I would go with the dog. So give me Arkansas State plus 6.5.
Are you tired of sore knees or joints slowing you down? Go Sleeves uses built-in kinesiology tape technology to give you support, reduce pain, and help you recover faster. Use code WCE for 15% off over at GoSleeves.com.
Back over to the CUSA. Still on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time on ESPNU. Florida International, FIU, goes to Western Kentucky. Another team with an acronym, WKU. This is an interesting spot. Western Kentucky is favored by 8.5. My stats projected spread has them favored by 11.5. Power rating, I've got them by 9.6. But based on the last 4 weeks of stats, Western Kentucky minus 7.7 on this. Again, midweek game, home team giving up points. Interesting spot. FIU, not very good on offense. We'll start with them first. They can't really throw the ball. The problem is that Western Kentucky is better at defending the pass than they are at defending the run. FIU is pretty good at running the football, number 36 in PPA, predicted points added per rush. They are number 50 in rushing success rate, number 23 in rushing explosiveness. Yeah, Western Kentucky, number 121 in rushing explosiveness allowed. They're number 102 in PPA allowed per rush. So FIU could have some success in running the football on Western Kentucky's defense. On the other side, Western Kentucky is going to be able to throw the ball on FIU, and that becomes a problem. So, you're looking at number 109 PPA margin for FIU, number 51 PPA margin, predicted points added margin for Western Kentucky. Oh, there's also a bit of a discrepancy as far as these current strength of schedule. Western Kentucky, number 132, FIU, number 90. Something to pay attention to with this, FIU, 3-2 against the spread. Western Kentucky, 5-1 against the spread and straight up. So FIU is 2-3. One of these teams really knows how to cover. The other doesn't. Western Kentucky really good on special teams, number 1 versus number 120 for FIU. There we go. Turnover margin. Western Kentucky, number 56. FIU, number 126. Penalties, though, complete opposite. Number 49 for FIU, number 102 for Western Kentucky. I think rather than trusting the last 4 weeks, I'm going to trust the overall season. Western Kentucky knows how to put up points, and the fact that FIU, not great at defending the pass, not great at getting after the quarterback either, I think you're going to see Western be able to throw the football. McIver is the kid. Unreal. Really, really good. Really good. He's going to have some success in this game. At 8.5 feels a little too low. Feel like this thing should be closer to double digits. We'll take Western Kentucky to cover at home. So give me the Hilltoppers minus 8.5. Game number 4, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time, God's time zone, on ESPN. Delaware heads to Jacksonville State. And currently Delaware a 2.5-point road favorite. in the middle of the week. They lost heartbreaking fashion at home to Western Kentucky last week. 57.5 is your total here. I've got a total around 49.5. This is a weird spot. My power rating has Jacksonville State minus 1.5. My stats projected spread has Jacksonville State minus 1.5. Last 4 week stats have Jacksonville State minus 1.25, and yet Delaware is favored. Both teams have played a strength of schedule outside the top 120. Both teams are power rated outside the top 100. Delaware, as far as their defense is concerned, number 123 in predicted points added allowed per drive. They're number 100 in defensive success rate. Jacksonville State, also bad on defense, 105 in defensive success rate, but they are number 53 in offensive success rate. So both offenses should have some success here. Jacksonville State really good at running the football, number 15 in PPA per rush. Delaware is number 114 in PPA allowed per rush. So something along those lines. Number 16 in yards per rush for Jacksonville State, number 99 in yards allowed per rush for Delaware. On the other side of the ball, Delaware number 67 in PPA per pass, average middle of the road, except the fact that Jacksonville State is number 112 in PPA allowed per pass. PPA per rush, Delaware really good at running the ball, number 31. The issue is Delaware only runs at 43% of the time. That's number 119 rush rate in the country. They do not do it all that often. But they're number 17 in rushing success. Jacksonville State is number 119. So, yeah, there's certainly things that point to Delaware being the side here. Number 5 in penalties per game is Delaware. Number 36 is Jacksonville State. Turnover margin, Jack State a little bit of an edge, number 71 to number 91. Both teams are outside the top 100 as far as SP plus special teams efficiency. So, again, could be a little bit chaotic. And I expect all of these kind of G5 midweek games to be. But I'm going to trust the numbers here. Jacksonville State is a home dog. Middle of the week, Delaware's got to travel. I will take Jacksonville State plus the 2.5 at home. I think they win the game outright.
Are you looking to catch your favorite team or concert live? TicketSmarter makes buying tickets safe and simple. And with our promo code, you save big. Use WCE10 for $10 off an order of $100 or more, or WCE20 for $20 off $300 or more. Grab your tickets now at TicketSmarter.
If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Of course, jump in the comments. I want to know your picks on these games. Along with that, if you would so kindly, go and check out buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. We've got a really cool matchup comparison tool that you can pick any team as a home team, any team as the away team, see exactly what the SRS number would be, along with a bunch of different stats that are very important to bettors. So go ahead and check that out as well. You can find it all at buymeacoffee.com/winningcures, or the easier one should be bettingcfb.com if it's working. Sometimes that domain is kind of whatever. Moving to game number 5. This one's still on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time, God's Time Zone, CBS Sports Network. And we have got UTEP going to Sam Houston. Sam Houston has been absolutely dreadful. Number 134 in the country in ESPN Strength of Record. They are number 134 in my power rating. That is third from the bottom. Now, UTEP, not much better, number 122. And, of course, Malachi Nelson has been benched. That's a whole thing. But UTEP's defense is at least pretty good. Number 21 in PPA allowed per drive on defense. But their offense is abysmal. Number 135. But Sam Houston, number 131 in PPA per drive, but number 128 in PPA allowed per drive. PPA, of course, predicted points added, if you didn't already know that. Number 134 in offensive success rate for UTEP, number 121 for Sam Houston. Sam Houston's defense, number 118 in success rate allowed. UTEP's defense, number 35 in success rate allowed. They are really good against the run. But you don't really know exactly what Sam Houston's going to do. I mean, they're going to throw the ball because they're number 26 in pass rate. They are 56% of the time they're throwing the football, and that is a prototypical Phil Longo offense, right? The issue is they don't have the players to be able to do that right now. Casey Keeler preferred more of a pro-style offense. Phil Longo is much more slinging around kind of guy. Special teams efficiency, both teams outside the top 120. UTEP is really bad at it, number 134. This is just two bad teams. And I will tell you something that my dad told me a long time ago. Never bet on a bad team to play well. In this spot, you were in a bad spot no matter what. Points per scoring opportunity, both teams are bad on offense and defense. At least UTEP is a little bit better on defense at it. I don't know that Sam Houston's going to be able to score much. And we have seen this over and over. My stats have UTEP favored by 3. The line is UTEP minus 2.5 with a total of 47.5. I've got a total of 36.5-ish. Power rating, I've got UTEP by 2. Stats projected spread, I've got UTEP minus 3. Last 4 weeks numbers have UTEP minus 4.5. That's enough for me. I know they're on the road. I get it. But Sam Houston is not playing games at home. They are playing in a soccer stadium miles and miles away, like an hour away from campus, if I'm not mistaken. You guys in the chat can correct me. Sam Houston is awful. They are so bad. They are 1-5 against the spread, but 0-6 straight up. UTEP 1-5 straight up, but 2-4 against the spread. 5 factors rank. Both are really bad, but UTEP is number 122, and Sam Houston number 135. So next to last. Sam Houston is atrocious this year. Sam Houston is overall the worst team. Were you getting UTEP at less than a field goal? Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? I wouldn't actually bet on this game if I were you. But if you feel like you must, I would side with UTEP. That's my lean here. UTEP minus 2.5. Game number 6, standalone game on Thursday night. East Carolina hosting Tulsa. East Carolina right now a 16.5-point favorite, total of 53.5. I have got a projected total significantly lower, but you never know when you've got East Carolina in there, and they are number 5 in pace of play. Tulsa is number 8 in pace of play. So you are going to have a lot of plays in this. Tulsa right now number 6 in the country in plays per game. ECU is number 11. So if these two teams can put up points, you're going to see a lot of them. So I wouldn't trust this projected total here. I would hold off a bit, certainly. The issue is, of course, ECU, pretty good defense. The offense is not overly efficient. They're number 46 in offensive success rate, number 33 passing the ball, number 84, rushing the ball. Tulsa is not good on offense or defense, really. But on defense, at least, the one thing that they're pretty good at is stopping the pass. They're number 41 in PPA allowed per pass. Well, ECU is better at passing the ball than they are running the ball. Certainly, they don't do it as much. Number 60 in pass rate. That's 49% of the time they're throwing the football. So Caton Hauser, they had a strong third quarter. Third quarter against Tulane. Like, they really had a chance to win that game and then, of course, lose it because the defense gave up a lot there against Tulane. Now, Tulane, certainly a different story than Tulsa. My numbers have East Carolina minus 16.15. My power rating has East Carolina minus 15.5. Last 4 weeks numbers have East Carolina minus 14. Tulsa, 2-4 against the spread, 2-4 straight up. East Carolina 4-2 against the spread, 3-3 straight up. Interesting numbers, right? Points per scoring opportunity. Tulsa on offense can't do anything, and East Carolina really good at keeping teams out of the end zone. East Carolina's defense number 15 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. Scoring opportunity is when a team gets a first down inside the opponent's 40-yard line. Tulsa's number 125 at that. Only 3 points per drive when they get inside the opponent's 40. On the other side, East Carolina, really good at getting scoring opportunities. They're number 13 in the country at getting first downs inside the opponent's 40, but they're number 90 in points per scoring opportunity. They do not finish drives as well. Luckily for them, Tulsa is number 90 in points allowed per scoring opportunity, and they're number 110 in scoring opportunities allowed per game. So East Carolina is going to find themselves inside the Tulsa 40-yard line a lot, I would imagine. My number is really, really close here. If I'm going to trust one team, it's going to be East Carolina. I feel like they are right on the cusp of being really good. Neither of these teams is, great by any stretch, but East Carolina should be significantly better. 16.5 feels like a good number. for show purposes, because we make a pick on every game on the show, I'll take East Carolina. Minus 16.5. It's under 17. We'll go with the Pirates.
Why struggle doing everything yourself? On Fiverr, you can hire professionals for just about anything. Marketing, editing, design, and more. Save time, get it done right. Click the link in the description to get started.
All right, before we get to Friday, of course, again, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast, and of course, like the video, jump in the comments, all that kind of stuff. If you would so kindly, I would certainly appreciate that. And of course, buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. There's a matchup comparison tool. I give you all of these different stat sheets along with my official plays, which are worthless at this point. The best you could do is probably fade me, because the stuff that I feel the best about, I'm getting smoked on. Now, I'm doing well on other stuff. My numbers are actually pretty adequate, but man, I am reading the room incorrectly. But either way, you will still get a lot of stat projections and whatnot that could be very useful to you. So check it out, buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. All right. On to Friday, 6 p.m. Central Time, God's time zone, of course, on ESPN. And Louisville travels down to South Florida to take on the Miami Hurricanes. This is maybe the toughest game left for the Hurricanes here. Hurricanes right now number 4 in strength of record. I've got them power rated number 3. I've got Louisville power rated number 39. Louisville has not faced a strength of schedule that is anywhere close to this. Number 95 current strength of schedule. Miami number 14. Interesting spot. Miami is favored by 12.5, total of 53.5. I've got a stats projected total of 57.6. And I've got stats projected Miami by 15.3. Power rating, we've got Miami by 14. But the last 4 weeks numbers, I have Miami by 6. Miami tends to play with their food. They don't blow teams out. They do early in the game, and then they get super conservative for whatever reason. You saw it against Florida State. They're up 28-3. They could have run them out of the house at that point, and they let them get back into it. Final score, 28-22. You know, it didn't affect them as far as the spread because that was a tighter spread. But in a game like this where it's 12.5, I think that's already baked in a little bit, especially if you look at the last 4 weeks number. You know, stats projected and power rating, I've got Miami favored by more than 12.5. This is an interesting game because how does Miami look at Louisville, right? This is a huge spot for Louisville. Louisville right now 4-1, but they're 1-4 against the spread. Miami is 4-1 against the spread, 5-0 straight up. Just based on that, you would kind of think to take Miami because certainly on the line of scrimmage, they are going to be significantly better. Their defensive line, I've got them power rated number 4. Their linebackers, number 13. Louisville, I've got number 54 for their offensive line and number 12 for their running back. So running back versus linebacker kind of situation there. Miami, number 11 in offensive line. I've got Louisville's defensive line, number 5. I think that Miami, after rolling through all the Florida teams, et cetera, getting ready for what appears to be a weaker ACC schedule, this feels like, even though Miami is the home team, feels like it's going to be a tighter ball game. Jeff Braum is an incredible coach. Cristobal has done some amazing things thus far, but you know there's always one of those games in there somewhere. If you look at turnover margin, Miami, number 5, they don't turn the ball over, hardly ever. Number 13 in giveaways per game. Number 54 in turnover margin for Louisville. They turn it over. They're number 107 in giveaways per game. Penalties per game, both teams are outside the top 110 in penalties per game, so both of them really big on that. But as far as opponent penalties per game, Louisville is number 14 at drawing penalties from the opposing team. Miami, number 135. They only draw 3.4 opponent penalties per game. So Louisville might have a bit of an advantage here. Both teams, really good as far as like scoring opportunities, etc. Louisville, their defense, number 42 at scoring opportunities allowed per game. Miami, number 25. Miami, number 16 at points per scoring opportunity. And for those that haven't watched the whole show, you're just watching a clip. Scoring opportunity is when a team gets a first down inside the opponent's 40-yard line. How many points do you score per drive that you get a first down inside the opponent's 40? Miami is number 16. Louisville's defense is number 22 at stopping that. Louisville's offense is number 83 in points per scoring opportunity. Miami's defense, that's one thing they're not great at, number 53 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. So Louisville might be able to get some stuff done here. As far as five factors rank, Miami number 2, Louisville number 58. Louisville a much better second-half team than they are a first-half team. I'm interested in this. Miami number 9 in overall talent, Louisville number 33. SP plus special teams efficiency, Miami has been great at that, number 5. Louisville is number 61. And yet, even with some of these deficiencies, Louisville still 4-1 straight up. This is again, they're 1-4 against the spread. But I think this is the kind of spot where they can get some stuff done. I feel good about Louisville here. 12.5 feels like a lot, especially when the last 4 weeks only has Miami favored by like 6. Give me the Cardinals. Going on the road, I understand it's Friday night. Home team should get more points or should give away more points. But even at 12.5, I think there's something to this Louisville team. I think this is one of the games that they've had circled. They always tend to show up in big spots. Jeff Braum, giant killer. Give me the Cardinals plus 12.5. Game number 8 on Friday, we move to the Big Ten, and we've got a top 25 team here with Nebraska going to Minnesota. Interesting spot on this one. Nebraska has been playing a lot better as of late. They are currently, 2-4 against the spread, but they are 5-1 straight up. Minnesota 4-2 against the spread, and 1-4, 4-1 against the spread thus far. Currently, Nebraska, a 6.5-point road favorite, total of 47.5. I've got a total around 50. This one, 7 p.m. Central Time on Fox on Friday night. Nebraska, not a great, strength of schedule. Number 74 in their current strength of schedule. Minnesota, number 46 in that. This is such a weird game to try and figure out because Minnesota, off and on all year, they've had some injury issues and whatnot. Minnesota always plays very disciplined. Number 6 in penalties per game. They're number 20 in turnover margin. They don't beat themselves a lot. I will tell you, they are not good at finishing drives. Number 33 in scoring opportunities per game. That's when an opponent gets a first down inside the 40. But they are number 104 in points per scoring opportunities, so they do not finish drives. 4.29 points per scoring opportunity. That's pretty bad. They are not good on third down, or stopping third down, excuse me. This is the complete opposite. I'm flipping it around. Minnesota's defense, good at preventing scoring opportunities, not good at preventing scoring once you get those opportunities. Nebraska, number 3, 7.67 drives per game where they get a first down inside the opponent's 40. Number 38 in points per scoring opportunity. So once they get down there, they will be able to score. They're great at passing. The issue is Minnesota not good at stopping the pass. Number 111 in QBR allowed. Nebraska's number 13. So Dana Holgerson's offense is working. On defense, Nebraska is not good at stopping the run. Minnesota, you would think with those running backs, with the typical PJ Fleck offensive line, that they would be good at running the ball. They've not been. Number 67 in offensive line yards, number 83 in stuff rate allowed. They are number 131 in rushing explosiveness, number 86 in rushing success rate. And Nebraska is bad at defending those things, but Minnesota has been so bad that they are now number 29 in passing rate, which is strange for a PJ Fleck team. Greg Harbaugh Jr., Matt Simon, that's the co-offensive coordinators there. They're not great at throwing the football, but at least they're better at that. And if they're going to throw the ball 55% of the time, which is what they typically do, Nebraska's defense is number 1 in yards allowed per pass attempt, number 1 in QBR allowed, number 12 in passing success rate allowed. Minnesota in those stats, number 66, 64, and 65. They are just a middle-of-the-road team, and Nebraska's defense is excellent against the pass. So, you look at this number, 6.5. Stats projected spread has got Nebraska by 7.74. Power rating has Nebraska -5. But the last 4 weeks, the stats for the last 4 weeks, Nebraska's offense has been absolutely clicking. and I've got them favored by over 15 points based on the last 4 weeks of stats. I'll take Nebraska here. I don't feel great about it because you're going to Minnesota, and I always hate taking a 6.5-point favorite. I have a feeling this line is going to move. I know that we've got all the Matt Rule talk about Penn State and whatnot. I still think this team is really good. I'll take Nebraska to cover. Nebraska minus 6.5.
Stop guessing and start winning. Stochastic provides advanced data and strategies for DFS players and bettors, built by pros who know how to find edges. Click the link in the description and sign up today.
Last time, like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast, jump in the comments, let me know your picks on the games before they happen. I would love that. And of course, buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. $5 a month, $50 for the year. You get all these stat sheets. You get my official plays. You get a bunch of different stat projections. You get a bunch of different advanced statistics and whatnot, along with this really cool matchup comparison tool that I've created. I think you'll like it. So check it out. buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. Game number 9 takes us over to the West Coast. This one, 8 p.m. Central Time on CBS Sports Network. San Jose State travels over to Utah State. Utah State, of course, loses at Hawaii last week. They are 3-3 straight up, but they are 5-1 against the spread so far. San Jose State 3-3 against the spread, but 2-4 straight up. This season has not gone the way that most people thought it would for San Jose State. Big discrepancy as far as strength of schedule. Utah State number 30, San Jose State number 66. You look at talent, two teams are pretty equal, number 112 versus number 106. Utah State way better on special teams, number 61 versus number 120. And then you start getting into discipline, right? Utah State with Bronco Mendenhall, number 56 in turnover margin, to number 79 for San Jose State. They are number 118 in giveaways per game, but they do tend to turn other teams over. Number 28 in takeaways per game. Well, Utah State is number 39 in giveaways per game, but they are only 72 in takeaways per game. So who's going to turn it over? Who's that going to be? Because I think that's going to play a big factor in who actually wins this ball game. The line on this, by the way, Utah State favored by 4.5 at home, total of 62.5. I've got a total of 54, but both of these defenses are pretty bad, and the offenses are at least average. So, I'm going to work on my total calculations because these have just not been right for G5 teams for sure. I think I might be discounting some of these teams big time. Anyway, enough about that. Looking at Utah State's offense, huge advantage when they're throwing the football. When they're running it, okay, not a huge advantage. They're number 45 in yards per rush. San Jose State's defense, number 52. But yards per pass attempt, Utah State, number 29. San Jose State's defense, number 131. That's a huge advantage. On the other side, San Jose State cannot run the ball. And they don't ever run it. Number 134 in rush rate. They only run the ball a little less than 38% of the time, and that's probably because they're not good at it. Number 78 in rushing success, number 73 in yards per rush, and Utah State is not good at defending the rush. But San Jose State, number 3 in pass rate. They throw the ball over 61% of the time. They're number 51 in PPA per pass, number 57 in yards per attempt. Utah State's defense, number 63 in PPA allowed per pass, number 77 in yards allowed per attempt. This could get pointsy. This could get interesting. Utah State, number 66 in 5 factors rank. San Jose State, number 100. With a special teams advantage and a big 5 factors advantage, you would expect Utah State to win this game. My last 4 weeks, I've got Utah State favored by a little over 4. Power rating, I've got Utah State by almost a touchdown. Stats projected spread for the whole season, I've got Utah State by 7.5 points. We're going with the home team. Give me Bronco Mendenhall over Ken Niumatalolo. I think that Utah State is going to bounce back from having to travel out to the islands. I think they are going to be better here. So I will give up the 4.5. Give me Utah State in this one. Last game of the midweek slate, and we move to the ACC. Cal is hosting North Carolina. The Bill Belichick disaster tour continues. This one, 9:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. And Cal right now is an 11.5-point favorite with a total of 47.5. The bookmakers feel like they almost can't make the number big enough. North Carolina is 2-3 against the spread. North Carolina's already had 2 bye weeks. They are coming off a bye in this one. They are 2-3 straight up. Cal 3-3 against the spread, 4-2 straight up. Interesting position here because North Carolina is not really good at anything, but they are especially not good on offense. That's where we'll start. This Cal defense is fantastic against the pass, and that's what North Carolina likes to do. Number 37 in pass rate. They throw the ball over 53% of the time, but they're number 125 in PPA per pass. Cal's defense is number 26 in that metric. They're number 125 in yards per pass attempt. Cal's defense is number 48 there. Number 116 for North Carolina's QBR on the season. Cal's defense is number 49. And this is with teams throwing the ball more than 54% of the time against that Cal defense, which is surprising because if you're going to have success against Cal, it would be running the football. Teams only run the ball 45% of the time against Cal's defense. They're number 83 in PPA allowed per rush, number 80 in yards allowed per rush, number 83 in rushing explosiveness, number 52, though, in rushing success rate. Well, North Carolina's not good at running the ball either. That's a problem. North Carolina is at least somewhat good at not committing penalties per game, number 27. But I will tell you, Cal is number 105 in penalties per game, but they are number 7 in opponent penalties per game. So they do draw penalties off the opponent pretty well. North Carolina is number 94 in opponent penalties per game. Net explosiveness, number 36 for Cal, number 48 for North Carolina. North Carolina's defense is at least pretty good against the run. The issue for them is that Cal is number 121 in rush rate, and Cal knows that they're not very good at running the ball, so they're not going to do it very much. But Cal can, with JKS, at least throw the ball some. They're number 31 in passing success rate. North Carolina's defense number 110. But there are certain things like Cal throwing interceptions. They're number 118 in interceptions thrown per pass attempt. North Carolina's not great at takeaways. So are they going to be able to turn over Cal's offense? I don't know. My numbers have this a lot closer than this. But North Carolina cannot live up to what the numbers should be. Based on the last 4 weeks, I've only got Cal favored by 1 point, even at home. My power rating for the full season has Cal by 5. My stats projected spread has Cal by 6.39, and yet Cal minus 11.5 is the official number at the sportsbook. I think Justin Wilcox is a better college football coach than Belichick and that bunch. So 11.5 is crazy because the numbers would never justify that. But how do you bet on North Carolina right now? I mean, this team is absolutely atrocious. So with that being said, even with the numbers, what they are, I think JKS could eat this defense alive. I don't know if North Carolina even cares about playing, and now you got to go out and play a late game on the West Coast. Give me Justin Wilcox. Give me Harsin and Rolovich in that offense to be able to figure things out here, even with as bad as number 93 in offensive success, number 112 in PPA per drive. I just don't think North Carolina is going to be able to do anything against Cal. So I'll lay the number. Cal minus 11.5. It's not an official play. You can find those over at buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. But on this show, we make picks on as many games as we can each week. In this situation, I can't bet on North Carolina. I can't pick them, so I will take Cal minus 11.5. No recap on these picks. Let's just do a quick reminder. Buymeacoffee.com/winningcures, along with subscribing to the channel, because over 50% of you are not subscribed, but we're at least making that, because it was like 70% at the beginning of the season. You guys are subscribing, and I appreciate you. But if you haven't done it, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all the other fun stuff as well. Subscribe to the podcast. check out, buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. We are going to have more videos this week. I'm excited. We got some fun matchups this weekend, so stay tuned. And good gracious, let's close this thing out. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. God bless college football, and hopefully all of your tickets cash this week.
Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Subscribe, leave a review or comment, follow @GaryWCE on X, and check out the web store